viewers, you're watching the latest edition of 6 Stories at 6 and I am Raksha Mishra with you. We start this show today with what happened in the national capital 6 years after we see another riot-like situation that took place in Old Delhi, this time in Thirupparankundram Gate area. The demolition, the encroachment drive which led to the protests, and protests quickly turned viral. There was stone pelting on the police that led to several injuries. Also, we'll tell you the entire timeline of this demolition, viewers. We'll tell you how all this started and how there were misleading claims were being made by certain groups there, certain groups of residents also there. And story number 3 will be the unholy alliance, the Hamas and Lashkar terror ties that are deepening with the latest meeting that has taken place in Gujranwala of Pakistan. And story number 4 is from Karnataka, viewers. Republic TV reports from Ground Zero, from the Temple Hill in Madurai and from the Dargah, and we get you reactions. We get you everything, the reality from Ground Zero. And story number 5 is what happened in Karnataka, viewers. Also, we shift our focus to finally the super exclusive of the year, the Fadnavis interview. Republic TV's editor-in-chief Arnab Goswami speaks to Devendra Fadnavis on several issues. We'll get you an excerpt from that. But let's start with the Thirupparankundram Gate violence. There is unrest in the national capital in Old Delhi. Now, 6 years ago, Delhi witnessed riots, viewers. There was arson, stone pelting, petrol bombs were hurled. And today, what happened at the Thirupparankundram Gate area of Old Delhi revived those memories. An anti-encroachment drive in Old Delhi spiraled into violence. MCD officials were carrying out a demolition drive near the Faiz-e-Ilahi mosque in Thirupparankundram Gate, and it aimed at clearing the illegal encroachments by order. That was close to a mosque. What began as a civic action quickly turned chaotic. Frenzied mob allegedly resorted, in fact, it did resort to stone pelting. It is on camera. It targeted the police and the security personnel deployed at the site. The misleading claims were being made that the mosque is being targeted by the drive. And there were at least five of the police personnel, including the SHO, who have been injured in this attack. Here's more.
An anti-encroachment drive in Old Delhi turns violent. The MCD officials carried out a demolition drive near Faiz-e-Ilahi in Old Delhi's Thirupparankundram Gate area. As part of the anti-encroachment drive aimed at removing the illegal encroachments near the mosque. But during the demolition drive, a frenzied mob of stone pelters hinders the demolition. By stone pelting at the security personnel deployed at Thirupparankundram Gate, at least 5 police personnel were injured, including the SHO. By the time demolition of illegal structures was done, an FIR was registered and 10 people were detained by the cops. Notably, a political angle has also emerged in the stone pelting incident. Samajwadi Party MP and Imam of Parliament Street, Mosque Mohibullah Nadwi, was present in the area when the stone pelting occurred. Now, with an FIR registered, several detentions made, and involvement of particularly political figures in this incident, one needs to address that what kind of conspiracy was there at the last.
Talking about this area, the Thirupparankundram Gate had earlier made headlines when the terror doctor Umar Nabi had parked his car there for praying in the mosque just before the dastardly attack near the Red Fort. And now violence has erupted around the Faiz-e-Ilahi mosque just later last night after MCD began the demolition, came in for the demolition of the illegal encroachment of the area. From an SP MP being spotted at the demolition site to social media being used, rather I would say misused, to instigate mob. It all boils down to what really has happened. Why was this demolition drive being carried out? What is the illegal encroachment that has become the center of the row? Take a look.
Stones pelted at policemen. A demolition drive that turned violent. The violent clashes on your screens erupted after the anti-encroachment drive by the Municipal Corporation of Delhi. The demolition drive against illegal encroachment around the Faiz-e-Ilahi Mosque was met with violence from locals, with stones pelted at the police and 5 policemen injured. This after the Delhi High Court itself had ordered the demolition of illegal encroachments within 3 months. The Delhi High Court in November had ordered the removal of approximately 39,000 square feet of illegal encroachments around the Turkman Gate. The MCD later in December had identified the area illegally encroached, saying that there was no evidence of lawful possession of this land by the Delhi Waqf Board. However, tension started simmering from January 4th, when MCD officials attempted to demarcate the illegal area around the mosque and were met with resistance from locals. The mosque committee yesterday filed a fresh petition in the High Court. However, the court didn't stay the earlier order. MCD teams had arrived at the Turkman Gate to proceed with demolition when violence erupted. Police is now investigating videos that surfaced, arresting 10 after filing an FIR.
Now, a country with a long history of harboring and breeding terror networks is once again under the scanner. It's all on camera. Senior Hamas terrorist Naji Zahir was spotted alongside Lashkar-e-Taiba terrorist Rashi Ali Sandhu in an event that was organized by the PMML, a party that is considered to be a political front of the Lashkar-e-Taiba. Now, Zahir's visit to Pakistan-occupied Kashmir too in February, before Pahalgam, just weeks before the Pahalgam terror attack, also, of course, now brings in focus this unholy alliance. It's all under scrutiny now. And the meeting between Hamas and Lashkar leaders in Pakistan raising serious concerns about Pakistan's terror links in its role in nurturing this global terror nexus. And this especially coming in after Pahalgam has raised many concerns here also. There's more in this report.
A country long accused of harboring and nurturing terror networks once again under the scanner.
Muslim League.
The senior Hamas terrorist Nazi Zahir can be heard chanting PMML Zindabad, a party that is widely believed to be a political front of Lashkar. What you see in the video is not just any regular meetup. Hamas terrorist Nazi Zahir and LAT commander Rashid Ali Sandhu can be spotted in the video from Pakistan's Gujranwala. From safe havens to public sit-downs, Pakistan terror links refuse to fade. Zahir, the same Hamas leader who visited Pakistan-occupied Kashmir in Feb 2025, just weeks before the Pahalgam terror attack, a visit that's now back in focus. At a time when Israel has repeatedly accused Hamas of violating the phase 2 of the ceasefire, these latest videos are raising serious red flags. A country with a long track record of sponsoring and sheltering terror outfits has now reportedly hosted a meeting between Hamas and Lashkar-e-Taiba, signaling a renewed and dangerous engagement between the two terror outfits.
The Hamas-Lashkar alliance is out in open now with the recent visit of Dr. Nazi Zahir that has taken place in the Punjab province of Pakistan from 2nd of January to 5th of January. During this visit in the Gujranwala area of Pakistan's Punjab, Dr. Zahir has not only met the senior leadership of the political wing of Lashkar-e-Taiba, but has also taken part in several of the programs, including the one that have been chaired and have been held by the senior leaders, Chaudhry Olakh. Chaudhry Olakh is one of the prominent figures of the Punjab's politics, affiliated to Hafiz Sayyid's political outfit.
Now the question are now being asked, why do global terror groups keep finding common ground, that too specifically in Pakistan?
Now, a shocking case of alleged assault has been reported from Hubballi of Karnataka, where the BJP claims that a female worker of the party was assaulted and she was stripped while being arrested. However, the police narrate a different story, a different tale altogether. Here's more on what really happened and what went down and what are the claims, the blame game that unfolds.
A shocking incident from Karnataka's Hubli has sent shockwaves across the nation. A BJP woman worker, Sujata, has alleged that she was assaulted and stripped by police during her arrest. But the police have a different story to tell. They claim she took off her clothes and attacked a police personnel. Though both sides are blaming each other, the visuals are utterly disturbing. Sujata is seen surrounded by female and male police officers completely naked. Another video shows Sujata being dragged by her hair by a female police officer. They say that she was arrested in connection with 3 separate cases, including attempt to murder.
About the issue of video in question, which is being circulated in media and social media, while she was taken to the vehicle, she was still wearing cloth, and when she was taken inside the vehicle, she has taken that cloth off and thrown that away. And it was our police staff, particularly women staff, who have brought cloth, taking assistance of the local people, and made her to wear that.
Sujata's mother has claimed that police officers were responsible for the attack. But the police maintain that necessary force was used only to prevent her escape and have now registered more cases against her. Meanwhile, the BJP workers maintain that it was the police who stripped her naked. The incident has sparked massive uproar, with both sides blaming each other and the tension palpable. The Karnataka State Women's Commission has now stepped in the fray, taking cognizance of the matter.
The video doesn't have, the police have stripped her. I spoke to the DYSP of Hubli and Dharwad region, and she actually, another lady had already complained on her, and there was 307 section case on her. So they went to arrest her. So they got her into the police van. She herself stripped off the whole cloths, and the police, see, they had 6 to 7 women police who went to arrest her. And when she was trying to strip off and create a circus there, then the male police started assisting the female police.
They are now seeking a report from senior police officials, calling for a thorough investigation into the case.
Now, after the Madurai bench of the Madras High Court issued a historic verdict on lighting the Deepam on the Thirupparankundram Hill, bringing closure to a long-standing and contentious issue, Republic brings you now the first report from Ground Zero. Visuals show devotees celebrating, calling a reaffirmation of faith and rights. Meanwhile, Republic also reported from the Dargah, speaking to the Dargah secretary after this historic verdict. Here's a full report from both the sides. Listen in.
These are the foothills of Thirupparankundram, a hill that has been at the center of a tense standoff for over a month now. Often called the Ayodhya of the South, this sacred hill has become a flashpoint. Our team climbed the steep and difficult terrain to show you what lies beyond the barricades. On January 6, 2026, the Madurai bench of the Madras High Court delivered a decisive verdict, allowing the lighting of the Deepam on the Deepathun pillar. The court called the fear of communal violence an imaginary ghost created for political convenience. But the state government and the Dargah administration cited fears of communal disharmony, law and order issues, and administrative hurdles. The Dargah held its Sandana Kudu festival at midnight on January 6th, but the permission came with strict conditions.
The Sandalwood Procession Festival is now begin. However, the time given by the court was different, and how there was a small communication between the police of the state and the Dargah committee saying that the time given by the court has already been over, and as long as they keep delaying, they'll make sure that not more than 50 people will be allowed. The conversation between the police and the committee went on telling that people after 6 p.m., that is the public, general public who will be sent upstairs, will be stopped as long as the sandalwood procession doesn't come back down the hill in the stipulated time. However, police have also noted that the Dargah, if they keep delaying the time, that they would make sure that the festival is stopped at any cost.
What we found raises serious concerns. Certain portions of land, according to temple records, do not belong to the Dargah, yet appear to be under its occupation. Dargah members are ready to fight an appeal in the Supreme Court.
மாவட்ட ஆட்சியர் HRNs ரெவென்யூ டிபார்ட்மெண்ட் இவங்கெல்லாம் சேர்ந்து தான் ஒரு முடிவு எடுத்து ஏற்றணும்னு சொல்லியிருக்காங்க. அது வரக்கூடிய காலங்களில் நல்ல ஒரு முடிவு எடுப்பாங்க. நாங்களும் இந்த வழக்கு விஷயமாக நாங்கள் மேல்முறையீடு போவோம். என்ன ரெண்டாக ஒரு சின்ன கிளாரிஃபிகேஷனு, அந்த இடம் சுப்ரீம் கோர்ட்டில் இருந்து எங்கள் இடம்னு சொல்லி ஒரு ஜட்ஜ்மெண்ட் இருக்குது. இப்போ வந்து தேவஸ்தான இடம் சொல்லியிருக்காங்க. அதை நாங்கள் கிளாரிஃபிகேஷன் பண்ணி நாங்கள் உச்சநீதிமன்றத்துக்கு போய் அதை கிளியரன்ஸ் பண்ணி நாங்கள் ஒரு முறையான ஜட்ஜ்மெண்ட்டை நாங்கள் வாங்கிடுவோம்.
With faith, law and land rights colliding on this historic hill, the battle over Thirupparankundram is far from over.
And now, in an exclusive conversation with Arnab Goswami, Devendra Fadnavis, the Maharashtra Chief Minister, has broken his silence ahead of the BMC elections. The Maharashtra Chief Minister, Devendra Fadnavis, has in fact exuded confidence on the upcoming polls and also said that Marathi Manus has no trust left in brand Thackeray, that they have lost the Marathi Manus plank. Fadnavis also attacked the Thackeray's Patra Chol scam. He criticized the attacks on the non-Marathi speaking population also in Mumbai, saying that this is not the Hindvi Swaraj of Shivaji and the Gundaism in name of Marathi is not right. Take a listen in.
वो कहते हैं जो मराठी मानुस के लिए मैं लड़ रहा हूँ, वी विल मेक श्योर कि मराठी मानुस को जो चाहिए वो मिलेगी. मराठी प्राइड उनकी मेन पोल प्लैंक है. मराठी प्राइड है ना, जो आपकी भी एक तरह से यूनिफाइंग फिलॉसफी है. तो ये बैलेंस कहाँ पे होगी? देखिए, और आप थोड़े तो अफेक्टेड है उद्धव से अभी भी.
देखिए, कोई
उद्धव से अभी भी थोड़े अफेक्टेड है.
मैं आपको बहुत स्पष्ट रूप से कहता हूं कि पिछले 25 सालों में मराठी आदमी का विश्वास इन्होंने खो दिया. मुंबई से मराठी आदमी बाहर क्यों चला गया? अगर आप सत्ता में थे 25 साल, बीएमसी आपके पास थी, देश की सबसे रिचेस्ट बॉडी ये आपके पास थी, बावजूद इसके मराठी आदमी को मुंबई में घर नहीं मिला. उसको वसई विरार के बाहर क्यों जाना पड़ा? उसको नाला सुपारा के बाहर
वो कह रहे हैं, देवेंद्र फडणवीस को पूछिए, उनकी पार्टी भी थे हमारे साथ अलायंस में पिछले 25 साल से. वो कह रहे हैं कि देखिए ये गलत बात है. देखिए, मैं एक मिनट, आप ये इशू हो गई अभी कंट्रोवर्सी, क्योंकि आप ये कह रहे हैं, आपके पार्टी के लोग खुलकर कह रहे हैं इतने 1000 करोड़ रुपए का स्कैम हुआ, हम इन्वेस्टिगेट करेंगे, उनको जेल में डालेंगे. वो कहते हैं कि बीजेपी को पूछिए, क्या वो हमारे साथ डेप्यूटी में नहीं थे?
बात 2017 में हमने बाहर से रहने की भूमिका ली, हम उनके साथ नहीं गए.
और पिछले 3 साल से तो आप ही एक तरह से कंट्रोल कर रहे हैं.
हम गए नहीं. और जिस समय उनके साथ थे, कॉर्पोरेशन में 2 ही पद प्रमुख होते, एक मेयर का होता है, दूसरा स्टैंडिंग कमेटी चेयरमैन का होता है. एक बार भी 25 सालों में क्या हमारा मेयर बना, क्या हमारा स्टैंडिंग कमेटी चेयरमैन बना? एक बार भी नहीं, 25 सालों में नहीं.
इन्फ्लुएंस तो आपकी थी, इन्फ्लुएंस तो थी.
30-35 लोग रहते थे हम लोग, कोई इन्फ्लुएंस नहीं थी. यही चलाते थे, हमको पूछते भी नहीं थे.
स्कैम कर रहे थे आप कह रहे हो?
बिल्कुल स्कैम कर रहे थे. हमने कई बार उसका
आपने इन्वेस्टिगेट क्यों नहीं
किया ना? देखिए,
सरकार आपकी है महाराष्ट्र में.
आपकी जानकारी के लिए 2015 में मैंने मुख्यमंत्री के तौर पर 200 रास्तों का इन्वेस्टिगेशन किया मुंबई में, और 200 रास्तों में नीचे की परत ही नहीं मिली. आपको पता होगा, उस समय मैंने एफआईआर भी किया, कई लोगों को जेल में डाला मैंने. और इतने स्कैम इन्होंने किए, और कोविड में तो इन्होंने जो स्कैम किए. लेकिन मैं मूल मुद्दे पर आ रहा हूं, जो मराठी मानुस का मुद्दा है, उस मुद्दे पर मुझे बोलने दीजिए. इन्होंने मराठी पत्राचाल में रहने वाला मराठी आदमी, किसने उसको रास्ते पर लाया? इन्होंने लाया. अभ्युदय नगर किसने रास्ते पर लाया? बीडीडी चाल. जो मराठी आदमी का सबसे बड़ा प्रश्न है मकानों का, वो हमने सॉल्व किया. बीडीडी चाल में रहने वाले 80,000 मराठी आदमी, इनके काल में केवल उनको मूर्ख बनाते रहे, केवल बिल्डरों को वहां पर लाते रहे. मैंने निर्णय किया, बिल्डर नहीं आएगा, माड़ा तैयार करेंगे. आज बिल्डिंग तैयार हो गई, लोग रहने चले गए. 80,000 मराठी लोगों को घर दे रहे. पत्राचाल में इनके भ्रष्टाचार के कारण जेल में इनको जाना पड़ा। हमने पत्राचाल के मराठी आदमी को घर दिया। हमने अभ्युदय नगर में इतने वर्षों से मराठी आदमी बसता था, इन्होंने केवल आश्वासन दिए, 25 साल चुनाव जीते, लेकिन उसका कोई भला नहीं कर पाया। हमने रीडेवलपमेंट में 120 स्क्वायर फीट में रहने वाले मराठी आदमी को मुफ्त में 500-600 स्क्वायर फुट का घर देने वाले हम हैं। इसलिए अब मराठी आदमी का इन पर विश्वास नहीं है। देखिए, अगर मराठी हमारे साथ नहीं होता, ओनली बीजेपी इज अ पार्टी हु हैज कंसिस्टेंटली परफॉर्म। तीनों चुनाव में हम 15-16 सीटें चुनकर आए, जितनी सीटें लड़ते उतनी हम चुनकर लाते। अब ये समझ लीजिए, कोई मराठी इनके साथ नहीं है, नॉन मराठी तो इनके साथ नहीं है, कोई इनके साथ नहीं है। और मैं बहुत साफ शब्दों में कहता हूं, ये मराठी की बात करते, हम कहां से आए? मैं गुजरात से आया क्या, या मध्य प्रदेश से आया, या यूपी से आया? मैं भी मराठी हूं, मेरा अमित साटम भी मराठी है, मेरा आशीष शेलार भी मराठी है, मेरे सारे रवि चौहान भी मराठी है, हम भी मराठी है भाई। हम भी मराठी के लिए जीते, हम भी मराठी के लिए लड़ते। लेकिन इसका मतलब यह नहीं है कि आप केवल मराठी के नाम पर राजनीति करो।
That's a wrap on this edition, but don't forget to catch this full super exclusive interview at 8 p.m. only on Republic TV. Thank you so much for watching.
थोड़े में ज्यादा स्वाद, यही तो है इसकी खास बात। वाओ मम्मा, क्या स्वाद है! अरे मेरे राजा।